Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the Tozo T10 wireless earbuds. These are the #4 ranked best-selling wireless earbuds on Amazon bestsellers. They come right after the Apple AirPods, the AirPods Pro. You've got the Tozo T10. So you can pick these up on Amazon for $30. I'll leave a link down below. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a subscribe, give me a like, so I can continue to produce content like this, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and coming up on my 100th video. So a couple of milestones I'm looking to hit here pretty soon. But today we're talking about the Tozo T10. So pick these up for 30 bucks. I've also been reviewing, or I've done videos in the past on the Aki with active noise canceling. We've looked at the Impal earbuds. We've also looked at the J-Labs. These are the around the neck earbuds. I've also tested the J-Lab Air Executives. I've tested the Anker Liberty Air 2s, also the Apple AirPods. So we'll talk a little bit about how these compare to these other options, but first off, I want to talk about the case. Now, the product itself, the case and the earbuds themselves feel very premium. The case is very snappy. It's a nice, satisfying snap that you get when you open and close the case. You have rounded edges all around this case. The top has a nice matte feel to it. It is USB-C charging, so the port in the back is USB-C. Additionally, it does charge wirelessly, so this is wireless charging compatible. So for $30, you're getting a pair of earbuds where the case is wireless charging compatible. That's a pretty good value in my opinion. There is also a loop around the front here for a lanyard. So you can put a lanyard in this thing if you maybe wear it around your neck. You don't want to lose it. They've actually thought about, different use cases for how people want to carry these things around. So I feel like the quality of materials they've used is premium. They've actually spent some time making this product look and feel, to me, a level above the $30 that you're spending. I picked up the gray pair. I think they also have them in black and white and a couple other colors. And I really love the gray. They just look really nice and sleek and high end. Now the case is a little bit larger. So if I pull them up next to the Apple AirPods, you can obviously tell from a height standpoint, it is much taller. From a width standpoint, it is much wider. It is a much larger case. While this will fit in your pocket, I would not call this case pocketable. This is not something that I'm gonna throw in my pocket and be walking around all day with carrying these with me. I'm still going back to my AirPods. So if I've got to go out and I'm going to be out and about and I want a pair of earbuds in my pocket, I'm grabbing the AirPods because these just disappear in your pocket. With these guys, I'm typically throwing these in my car, throwing these in a bag. These have become my daily use earbuds, so I am using them more than my AirPods, but they're not quite pocketable for me. They bulge out pretty good. So that is one thing to keep in mind. The case is a little bit larger, so if you're somebody that wants to carry these in your pocket, you might need to look at something a little bit smaller, I don't know, AirPods or another option. How do they fit in the ear? So another thing that's really important is, fit in your ear. So I want to talk about this for a second. So I've got these Aki active noise canceling earbuds, and I really like the sound on these. These have a really nice balanced sound to them. The active noise canceling actually works pretty good. I actually wear these when I go cycling. So I do some road biking, and this is what I wear to listen to music. However, I've actually bought some extra ear tips, some custom foam ear tips for a better fit. And the reason I've done that is not the ear tip part, but the other earbud, the bud itself, not the stem, is just a little too bulbous on these. It's a little too large, and I feel like it doesn't quite get a good fit in my ear. And because of that, I always feel like they're gonna fall out. Same thing with the J-Lab Air Executives. To a lesser extent, the Anker Liberty Air 2s as well had that. I've noticed some earbuds, if they're a little bit larger, a little bit more bulbous, they have trouble kind of fitting well, and they want to kind of come out, or at least it feels like that. They don't really pop out, but it just doesn't feel secure. Now, these Impals are a different story. So these are a nice small earbud, and these actually, they fit really well in my ear. I don't feel like they're gonna fall out. I feel like they're nice and snug, and they're in far enough. So it's really kind of a smaller type of earbud that I think fits my ear best. And that's where I would I would also say that about the Tozos. The Tozos are a little bit larger than the Impals, and part of that is because they've got a larger resonance chamber for the bass. There's a lot of bass in this. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that here in a second. But they're not too large, and I think because it's a slim profile rather than just a rounded profile, they do fit my ear really well. The ear tip itself gets in there nice and deep, and I haven't had any issues in terms of fit. They're in there nice and tight. They're not going to come out. They're going to stay put just fine. So in terms of fit, I would say these are probably one of my favorites. Now, full transparency here, I do like AirPods. I like how AirPods fit in my ear. I have no problems with AirPods. They fit just fine. They're not going to come out. So I'm one of those few people that have no issue with AirPods. But when it comes into in-ear earbuds, these so far these and the Impals are the two that fit my ears the best. So it's going to be a little bit personal based on the shape of your ear. It might be a little bit different for you, but that's kind of what I have found related to the Tozos. Now, next thing up, let's talk about sound. I'm going to go ahead and put them in here for a second. So the first thing I've noticed about the Tozos is they have a lot of bass. I'm going to hit play real quick. So I'm listening to a little bass track, and these remind me of, if you ever had that friend, or maybe you yourself had like 12-inch subwoofers in the back of your car, and it just, boom, it just kind of bounces. The bass is just, so pronounced. That's what these sound like. So if you're somebody that is just looking for some mean bass in your earbuds that really explodes, that's what these are. And now, they say themselves that they've actually pronounced the bass in these. They've got loud highs, and then they have relaxed mids. And I would say that's pretty much how these sound. So you get really good bass, you get really good uppers. The mids are a little bit relaxed, but I think overall it's a nice, enjoyable sound profile for listening to music. If you're wanting a flat sound though, then these are not the ones for you. You're not going to get a flat sound with these earbuds. Now, how these compare to the other earbuds, these get super loud, so no issue with how loud they get. I would put these on par. I would say they sound better probably than the AirPods. The AirPods are kind of close in terms of bass, not quite as bassy, but somewhat close to that. When you get into the Impals have a little bit of a flatter sound to them. The bass doesn't go away necessarily, but it's not as pronounced as in the AirPods or the Tozos. And then the Aki active noise canceling is probably a really nice medium level. So not as much bass, closer to the Impals, but these actually sound really good. So the highs in these, really nice. Just the overall mix in the Akis sounds really good. Now, I don't have the Liberty Air 2s here with me right now, but I will say those things get super loud. They have kind of diamond drivers in them, which just the sound is really pronounced in those. And you can also, Anchor comes with a great app to where you can adjust the equalizer. On these, you don't get an app where you adjust the equalizer, but you do get a really good bass heavy sound. And if that's something you're looking for, then you need to check out the Tozos. So one of the things that I've enjoyed about the Tozos is worry-free connection with your phone. You take them out, you put them in your ears, give them a second, and they connect right up. I've never had to go back into my Bluetooth app to reconnect the earbuds. The other thing that is unique and is really nice about the Tozos is you can take out the right earbud, put it back in, and the left is still playing. So you can listen to these earbuds individually. You don't have to have them both in. For example, in the Akis, you have to only listen to, if you only want to listen to one on its own, it's got to be a right ear. You can't listen to only the left ear. But for Tozo, you can do either ear independently. So if you just take out the left, toss the left in your ear, it's going to connect here, and then just play the track. So it's playing just fine there. All right, so let's talk about the player controls. I'm pulling up a cheat sheet here on Amazon just so I can remember what they all are. The The thing I like about the player controls is they aren't overly sensitive. On the Aki active noise canceling, these are super sensitive. You barely tap anywhere and they're going to react. These, you can get them in your ear, you're not accidentally turning them on, but they are, when you do need to use them, they do work pretty nice. So essentially, you know, play pause, just click tap once. To go to the next song, twice. Or on the left ear to reverse, twice. Volume down on the left, you just hold it. And it beeps twice and then turns the volume down. To volume back up on the right. And then 3 taps will activate Siri. So there's, hard to see, but there's Siri there. And then to hang up on a call, you just tap and hold for like 3 seconds and it hangs up on the call. The touch controls are not overly sensitive, but they do respond well. There's not a button on them. It's just a plate, you know, you just tap the edge. It's a nice flat edge on the outside, which I like because the surface to tap is very easy to figure out where you need to hit. And it's, you know, it's not like rounded and you're having to hit one part of the rounded side of the earbud. So touch controls, super responsive, but not overly sensitive, which is nice. So I'm really not finding anything wrong with these earbuds, to be honest with you. For $30, I think they're a great steal. I think they're a steal. There's a reason why these are number 4 on the Amazon bestsellers list, and it's because these are a good quality of earbuds. They sound good, they get plenty loud, wireless charging case, they're IPX8 waterproof, so you don't have to worry about working out in these or even taking a shower in these. So these are really good earbuds. I love the build quality, as I said before. I love the fit in the ear. They sound really nice. You know, I hope that helped answer your questions. If you do have any other questions, you know, give me a comment down below, let me know. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace.